What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog. And one thing I like to do in every city that I visit is visit their neighborhood, Chinatowns. And today I'm in Chinatown in Chicago. So I'm gonna go check it out, see what's around the neighborhood. And you know I love exploring multicultural neighborhoods, so I want to see how the Chinatown in Chicago looks like, so join me. One thing about this Chinatown is that I noticed it right on the spot when I was in the subway train. As soon as I saw the buildings, how they look like, I knew this was the Chinatown. You can see the architecture over here. You can see a vibe, like, you know, like a Chinese vibe. And then this Chinatown is pretty big. Like, I was looking at the map, I thought it was only like a few streets and stuff, but this one is pretty big. This is the main street. I don't see really much people going on over here, but it goes all the way over that way. Then behind me there's another main street. Then they got like regular neighborhoods. And of course you're gonna get the food and everything. They sell like seafood over here, ice cream joints, and then of course all the signs written in Chinese and stuff. Yeah, but I'm really impressed to see how big this Chinatown is. This might be one of the main strips, and then I saw other pictures, some other streets. It looks like a shopping center where all Chinese restaurants and shops, but this is just like a little portion. Really pretty big street. And then I like the decoration of this lamp over here, 21st Street. It's like a little open plaza over here. The only thing is I don't see really like much people, because I know like every state, every city is really different with the pandemic situation. Like especially in New Jersey where I live, in New York City, everything is literally back to normal. But over here I can see a little difference. But yeah, it's like some dim sum place. Some places all shut down. Seven Treasures Cantonese Cuisine. This is more like a, I guess it's like a shopping center, and it has its own post office with a couple of restaurants. I really like the way how they created the building. Like it has like a Chinese architecture. And there's an alley, like I said, in Chicago. One thing I noticed is they have different alleys, and I think the reason they do it is because they use the alleys to put the garbage, unlike New York City. So that's why when you walk around the main streets, it looks pretty tidy, you know, it looks pretty clean. So wow, they even have a Spring Hill Suites by Marriott here. Okay, that's the building in the back. I like the entrance though. But I've never seen that, like a hotel right in one of those buildings in Chinatown, so that's really cool. And then like a lot of neighborhoods in Chicago, once you get off the main street, it's just like a residential area over here. And I really love like a lot of neighborhoods in Chicago has a lot of trees. But I know in a little bit it's gonna be gone because all the leaves, they fall off, so it's just gonna be pretty empty. But you have an idea what the street looks like. Just regular houses. Then if you walk back towards this way, it's pretty much more interesting because you can see all the businesses, and then behind the arc is downtown Chicago. So it's kind of like a mixture of architecture, you know, the tall skyscrapers with all these buildings over here. This building is really interesting. Pretty unique, like the top of it. Brownish color there, and they got more buildings here. And of course the arch, which you're gonna see in every Chinatown. And the entrance is pretty nice. Yeah, lots of art over here. And then you can see behind me downtown Chicago with Chinatown. This street here is Cermak Street, which is where the red line train stops. Right here, pretty convenient. You can walk all of this. Gives you like a unique vibe. And this is like a Hong Kong bank. Here you got like samples of the food you can get. There's actually a Vietnamese restaurant here ahead of me, Pho Cafe, or Pho, however you call it. This is the pho spot. They even got a karaoke bar here, Japanese. So yeah, really interesting neighborhood to walk around. It's funny because I thought the Chinatown here was gonna be small, but I'm surprised how it's pretty big, a decent size, you know. Because there's a lot of cities that I go that Chinatown's only like literally 1 block, and that's about it. I'm gonna go to the other part of Chinatown. I guess it's all like connected over here. And then ahead of me you see a supermarket. And it's funny how it's like right next to the train station with a really huge parking spot. And then you see the downtown right there in my background. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting neighborhood to walk around. So with this part of Chinatown, it's more, call it like a Chinatown Square, and it's more like a shopping center looking district. But I think there's a lot of options over here. And then you see a pretty wide plaza. I've seen it a lot in the pictures. I think I'm gonna walk to the end and go in the inside. But look at the entrance. Yeah, it's a fun spot, so I think I'm gonna walk to the end and then go inside and see what can I find. This is what I'm talking about. This Chinatown is pretty unique. You can see it's mostly like a main building over here, connected with some restaurants, supermarkets, I believe. And then on the other side of the street, there's a few options too. It even has its own parking spot. So I think it makes it like pretty convenient. But I'm gonna walk to the end and go inside. So this is pretty cool here, and they're even developing it. Got a little bit of everything. They even got banchan here. This is kind of like a Korean fried chicken, really good chicken. I think this is more like the fancier, I'm not gonna say like the fancier, but probably the most, yeah, it's a nice looking area. Got a mango dessert. You can even go in the second floor and explore more. And they got a smoothie bar over here. They're really cool. Bakeries, shops. And this is like a tea house. And they got a barbecue spot here, and I believe they sell like some Peking duck, which is really famous in China. Eastern Express, I guess here you can get, you know, SIM cards, basic needs. And they got a beauty salon on the other side. Even a little hospital here. So it's like an open space plaza and a really huge shopping center with a little bit of everything. And I believe maybe they do like performance over there when it's the summertime, or I guess when it's Chinese New Year. So it's pretty cool. Well, that was the end of my video exploring Chinatown here in Chicago. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.